fall in line with you. If it works out great, we work on patterns, foundations, but it's not engaged. So what I want is to make sure that she understands what we're talking about. In order to start making sense of it, we need to start sending the right signals. So how we send the signals is right now through the leash, because right now those signals have to be very clear. I think that tools are amazing, but if you don't know how to communicate with them, then it's just a tool around the neck. I want you to draw a scale of 1 to 10 of energy. 1 is low or calm, 10 is high or overstimulated, right? The energy that we're looking for right now to teach is within 1 and 5. 1 to 5 is what I call thinking. 5 to 10 is what I call reacting. She's already kind of like overstimulated. Any noise, when the mind is already reacting, any noise, anything is an excuse to go higher. So what I want to see is how she takes information. I want you to think that this leash right here, tension, doesn't mean anything. Tension just means nothing. So we want to avoid as much as possible, even if at first it's hard, but we want to avoid put the tension because now she's fighting me. So basically now we're playing who's the strongest, right? So I don't want that. So here I'm going to start putting this pressure right here through the leash. Pressure, pressure, pressure. When I said pressure is more for you, so you're seeing me work, right? But then put in the pressure, but I still want you to see that when I said pressure is that it's very clear what I'm doing. Pressure, pressure, pressure. See how she turns? She's about to jump right here. And what you're seeing right here is she's a little mad and her eyes a little pissed. Basically, she's saying, fuck you. Yeah. She's mad that I'm doing that. So what I'm doing... All right, so first thing first, what she's doing is she's trying to manipulate the situation. What I'm saying is, hey, that's not gonna work. Now, that's a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to do just simple like something that I just did. It's like, holy shit, it's like so much energy. So, but here's the thing, you gotta stay neutral. Hey, I need your focus on what I'm trying to teach you. And what did she say? First thing she said is, fuck you. Now, that is the first stage of what we call the bubble exercise, which means the first thing that we want to remove is attitude. And that's where I want you to see that I want to teach my dog right now. No, you don't get to say F you to me because I'm the one that is supposed to guide you through all different situations. So you and I, we need to have a different mindset. So yes, I'm not putting up with that, but this is how I'm going to let her know. So so her thing is that she doesn't want to stay in one spot. So I don't want her to jump on me. And so what I want you to see is that she's not going to jump on me. There we go. I do not want her to jump on me. And the reason is because that's a sign of disrespect. I want her to look. And then when she stares at you, she's not looking at you and said, hey. She's looking at you and said, how do you freaking feel right now? If I'm not neutral right now, when she says F you, what do you think will happen?
She'll take over.
Exactly. Yeah. Instincts will go, hey, I'm already engaged. Might as well just go take it a little bit further. And so what happens is she's already in the reacting mode. I want you to think about it. If I represent this right now, she will bully me. And it's not because she hasn't been taught. It's because if instincts are there, my dog, your dog, they do stupid things. And that's what the issue here is that mindset. It doesn't help her, it doesn't help us. I want her to digest information and I want her to start working and self-regulating. Now, that is something that she has to do. I'm fine, you're fine, we're not going crazy, we're not competing for anything, we're just kind of like neutral. She's the one that is all over the place. Now, When I do and I stop, that's for that process for her to digest. There are general boundaries and then there are personal boundaries. Mental and physically, I want her to respect me, both. Pressure, pressure, pressure. There we go. I want space, and so I'm going to let her know with the leash. Now, pressure, 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 pressure. I would like to go in a circle because I cover more ground that way. Pressure, pressure. I don't know if you see, sometimes she starts licking a lot.
That's anxiety, right?
Anxiety or discomfort, which is pretty much the same thing. Yeah. But she's doing it when she gets closer to you, which means that she is saying, hey, I don't want to do this. It's very obvious. But she's now saying, you're my out. And not only you're my out, I can bully you and you will do what I need, which is not doing this. When I turn around, you notice that I have to pull up because when I turn around, she basically shoves herself like this. And I don't like that because if you're walking and she does that, you're going to go down. If you're running, you're going to get hurt. And so, but not to mention that that's just such a bad habit. Like this is good. Going with me, forgetting about me, letting her know, hey, much respectful right here. Forgetting about me, letting her know where my space is. Remember, 3 to 4 feet away, that's your safety place. This is your bubble. Your safety place. And so what I'm is 3 to 4 feet away from you. So right now, 3 or 4 feet away from me, I'll let her go in front. But if I mark where my lines are and she's already in front, if I continue, look what's going to happen. She's going to say, well, let's go. And then you're going to get frustrated because you're going to say, why is it not working? If you don't change direction, then the mind, it will be continue going in that direction. I want her to forget about that and focus on what's happening here. Much smaller task than what she's doing. Honestly, she doesn't even have a goal. She's just all over the place. And then, oh my God, here's the sand. Oh my God, I'm going to follow that. Never mind, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go over there. Oh my God, I see that and I see that all over the place. So what I like to do is I like to give her more focus. Like right there, this is good behavior. And then she starts pulling away. That's fine. Pressure, pressure, pressure. This is good. She's going next to me. The first time is the hardest time because you notice how we started? Pressure, pressure. And how I have to work really hard to stay neutral and not get worked up myself. Pressure, pressure, pressure. See, that's better. So this is good. She's pushy, yes. We're gonna work on that with as you build, meaning see how she cuts me off. She basically she basically says to me, well, if I cannot go in front, then I'm gonna start cutting you off then. It's just a tantrum, pressure, pressure. But I want you to see how she's turning around much easier, and the way she's turning around is not pissed off. See how she's blocking? I'm gonna start letting her know with either with my leash or my body. I'm gonna let her know, give me space, give me space. Notice that you're gonna see me like right here. You see how I just said, give me space. Earlier, I wasn't doing that, all right? And the reason is, if you touch when the mind is reacted, boom. And so that would be a handler mistake right there. So this is another one that I can say, give me space. Pressure that way, pressure. Going with me, that's fine, that's fine. Forgetting about me, pressure. Feels much better, energy. I can breathe finally because she's not too intense, you know, and you could see it changing. And this is where you're gonna start saying, what I'm doing is finally working. When I hear you saying, I walked 5 miles and it didn't look like you walked 5 miles, you're in big trouble, because what you're doing is physical. And what I want is, yes, the physical is very important, but mental is what I'm looking for. I want her to think her way through, not react her way through. And that's the difference. See this? This is much better. Short and sweet is supposed to be this way. Now, look at this. Totally different attitude right here. Much better. I can trust her more. I can put my hand low because I don't have to be like, are you going to do something stupid? You know what I mean? I'm not mad at her. I'm just saying, hey, we're different here. I'm controlling the situation, which makes I'm going to decide, and you need to trust me. People are afraid of like those words, control, dominance, all of that. And to me, it's like, as long as you see it clear and you know what you want, then that's good enough. Because we're talking about the same thing. Right now, I want my dog to relax and match the level of energy that it's in the environment. Because her brain is super overstimulated that it will affect me in no time. And you want to teach her control, because then right now, look at this. I see potential. If she can do this, what else can she do for us? But you got a challenge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. So far, so good. See the level of trust now? I trust her a lot better. I'm watching her, I'm looking at her behavior, but I can trust her more. Now, if I do more, I'm going to trust her even more and more. But this is where I want you to think that whatever you do, don't fight what control is. Control equals confidence. I feel pretty in control of the situation. I feel pretty confident of the situation. And so because I'm doing that, I'm not sending wrong signals. I'm just saying, this is what I want to be from now on. And this where you need to participate. And so I want to drill it to my dog to the point that I don't want them to say to me, you never took your time or you never explained it well enough. And that is where I want to say, no, I'm taking my time. And this is where we're going dog time. And again, I'm choosing this for you to see what we could do, what potential we can have together, all of us. Because basically, me doing this is an invitation to work, together as a team. So I want that laid back mindset where she can say, hey, Francisco, what are you doing next? Or what are we going to do next? Or am I doing right? Or if I do this, oh yeah, you were right. So here's where she has the biggest issue. And that is when we stop. Movement is easy. You see what I'm doing right here, what I have to do right now? Movement is easy. Now, when you stop, that means that the body stops, not the mind. I want the mind to stop because I want her to be like, what's the point of moving? I need to wait. And that's what we call self-regulation. It's just waiting. And she sucks at it. So right now, she's basically like, give me something because I'm bored out of my mind. And so you do have a bigger task to do here because of like the level of energy that your dog has, which brings the higher the energy on your dog is naturally, without any distractions, the temperament follows. So you do have a lot more. So right here, I'm doing all of this, and then I'm doing it because two things. I'm showing my dog general boundaries, and I'm also showing that I'm going to control, basically position making. Who's going to control what? And I'm letting her know, I'm controlling the situation. I need you to jump on board, and I need you to trust my decision making. Now, like I said, staying still is her biggest issue. I want to basically put more pressure on my dog to say, stop being overstimulated. I need you to de-escalate, because I can walk, and if you already walk 5 miles, and this is a waste of my time if I continue for another hour. So that's a no-no. So you got to figure out, how do I put more pressure? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to move slightly. So I'm going to grab the tip of my leash, tap. Going to bring her back. Don't leave her right here. So see how she moves back? I'm going to put pressure. I'm going to move her away. Tap. She looked at me and she says, hey, I don't like that. So pressure, upward. There you go. And there you go. I want her to look at me and said, what was that about? But I don't want her to react. I just want her to look at me and say, Francisco, what the heck are you talking about? I'm going to grab here, short and sweet. I'm going to get ready, and then I'm going to give her a choice. If you push it, I'm just going to start letting you know, I already took my time. Now I want to raise the bar. So she understands it, and I want her to be her choice. Either you push me, and this is what your expectation is, or you work with me, and then we can continue, right? So I'm not stopping her, tap, and I'm going to move her away from that spot. We're going to come right here. There. And then she then again looked at me. You know, if you repeat yourself many times, then she's going to say, oh yeah, I think I know what you're looking for. I'm not sending the wrong signal right here. I'm not giving her any extra, really. I'm just saying, look, learn to read me, learn to wait, and look at the difference. Think your way through. So, which she's saying, oh, I think this is what you're looking for. Yeah, it took that long, but of course. But I want you to see it though, because I want you looked very overwhelmed at first. And if I put it to work, I think that you could have done it. But I think I want you to see it in action, because I always said, I said it before, is one thing watching another one doing. Right now, in this situation, I have this leash, which is my responsibility to keep her engaged and safe. This is safe. The other one is not safe because she can do something stupid. Now, this is keeping her safe and keeping me, obviously, the environment safe, right? So now, this is where it will get better. This is much better behavior. So this is about me right now. What makes me feel good? Oh my God, at first the energy is too high. We're basically two bears, struggling who's going to competing or who's the strongest. It doesn't feel good though. The energy goes high, it feels shady inside, and this is what I want you to see is you still have to focus, you still have to teach. So you gotta put those aside as much as possible and then breathe it out, right? But I did took my time for you to see what we're capable of, myself as a handler, and you could do it too. And so her job is to wait and for information, and then that's the goal here, is to drill that. Basically, I'm showing you potential. Potential has no limits, but you got to do the work first. Now that we know that my girl right here knows how to think her way through, now the question is, are you going to let her fool around or not? So this is more about now this is where we need to say, I know you already showed me, I want that behavior and I want more of good behavior. I don't want you to show me just a little bit. I want, and here and there, I want you to start. That's what we're pushing, our agenda.